Hello everyone, welcome to Toyeen Talks. How you doing? Thank you for watching. Till I'll see you in my next video. Stay safe, stay blessed. I love you. Bye.
She says since her husband died in 2023, she has had no peace. On the one hand, she has been attacked by Naira Marley and his cohorts and supporters, bullied. And on the other hand, she has been attacked by her father-in-law. She says this is a man who convinced her to marry his son. This is a man who prophesied that her son, Liam, would go to greatness and be the one to bury him. And now, that man has called the son a bastard, has mobilized Nigerians to attack her for cheating on Mohbad, and has demanded that she does a DNA test to prove paternity. A DNA test that she says he has done everything over the past 1 year to delay because he wants to keep collecting money in the guise of fighting for justice for Mohbad. And she says she is heartbroken that Mohbad has still not gotten justice for the bullying and trauma that he suffered. And one of the most heartbreaking moments in this interview, she says she wonders if it's a generational curse, that the same attacks and bullying that her husband suffered, her son is also suffering. It's one of the most emotional interviews I've ever had, and my heart just broke. Hear Mohbad's story exclusively on With Today.
Beshen low. Crying emoji, please. You have to power tap very well, please. Teba fekon drop wow.
Come for me. Thank you so much for joining me.
You're welcome, sir.
Have you been on TV before?
No, this is my first time.
This is your first interview?
Yes, sir.
This has been a very tough 2 years.
It's not 2 years.
It's not 2 years.
Like 17 months now.
It feels like a lot.
It feels like a long time.
Yes, it feels like a long time.
Yeah.
It both feels like a long time, and it feels fresh.
Right.
Without going into all of the things that have happened.
Yeah.
How are you?
You just asked a very huge question.
Yeah.
I would say I'm fine because, my sadness is not going to change anything. So, regardless of whatever I feel, at least I'm still here, still alive. Yeah, so I would say I'm fine.
So, in this answer, now you talked about sadness.
Yeah.
And again, there's a lot that has happened.
Yeah, a lot.
First, obviously, I know that the loss of your husband has been the biggest of all of this.
Yeah.
What is the saddest thing for you in all the things that have happened after? For a grieving widow?
We want to flag wow. Stop crying emoji, please. Can you just keep tapping? Emoji flower. Want to send the kineo? Please tap and gifts, please. Tap and gifts. Ejo. Want to send money? Please tap.
The person that's supposed to be in guard for my late husband, this person that's supposed to be my son and highest protector, is our chief prosecutor.
Right.
And he's been everywhere trying to, recruit people to turn against my son and I, both online and offline. Like, he's been from one thread to another.
This is Mohbad's father you're talking about?
My father-in-law, Yeah, so it's been from one thread to another. We no longer feel safe. Like, I literally get death threat almost every day in my DMs. I barely go out. My baby, his grandchild also, he's been deprived of so many childhood memories, but there's nothing for me to do than just to see how things goes.
What's the problem with your father-in-law exactly? Between you and him?
Yeah, so I feel like the problem is just about family disputes.
Okay.
The problem is more like
another restriction,
between him and
Toba block, we'll go to
your
second one, which is official too.
It sounds funny, but that's
let's just announce that, please.
Yeah, because after the death of my husband,
yeah,
Bóyá ká jẹ́ gbáwọn èèyàn wọlé àbí kí lẹ feel?
my father-in-law wanted to be in control
of
my husband's properties. The fact that there was Liam in the picture, because there was one time I actually called him to ask him, like, what happened? What do we do to deserve all of this? Like, why have you been out there defaming your grandchild and me? And he was like, why do I have to take Liam away from him? Why do I have to take Liam to my mother-in-law's place on the island? That means that is my husband rented apartment.
Right.
That was not supposed to bring him over to meet him in Ikorodu, because himself and my mother-in-law, they are not in good terms.
Right. Yeah.
You know, he was just trying to manipulate me.
Yes,
so,
yes.
you know.
So your father-in-law and your mother-in-law are not on good terms.
Yeah.
Right. So he was not asking, why did you take the son
Yes,
to the mother?
Yeah, after my husband's demise.
Yes, right.
So, yeah, so I explained to him, I made him understand that my mother-in-law has been the only one asking of Liam. He never did. Instead, he was always online defaming us, and, you know, then I apologized to him.
Okay.
Yeah, I apologized. I told you I was sorry that I would bring him over to him.
When was that?
That was, I think, 3 weeks after my husband's demise. Then it was like I started going online talking about the DNA.
Yes.
And, you know.
So he had already started talking about the DNA.
DNA, yes. That was when I called him.
Right. That's when you now called him.
Yes. So he made me.
Ẹ̀yin tí ẹ bá ń fi ọwọ́ yín tẹ́ fi ń flag show yìí, ọwọ́ yẹn ní fi ṣe rere. Ọ̀gànjọ́ òru ni mo wà ní 12 o'clock. Ní fi ọwọ́ yẹn ṣe rere. Tó bá yẹ kó gbọ́ ọmọ tẹ́ bá ti fọmọ ọwọ́ yẹn gbé láyé yín, ẹ máa fi ọwọ́ yín yẹn máa fi gbé àwọn ọmọ yẹn sin lójú ayé yín ni. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá sọ pé ìsọ̀rọ̀ sí ọmọ Wunmi lẹ́ni ó ń run nínú àbò ń bí yín nínú, tẹ́ bá flag show yìí tẹ́ ń report ẹ̀, gbogbo nǹkan ayé yín báyìí tẹ́ bá ṣe ń gbọ́wọ́ lé bá wọn máa report ẹ̀ ni. Gbogbo nǹkan rere tó yẹ kẹ́ fi ọwọ́ yẹn ṣe láyé yóò máa dòbú mọ́ yín lọ́wọ́ ni. Ní rí ẹwọ́ ọmọ yín lẹ máa gbé sọnù lẹ́yọ kọ̀ọ̀kan ẹ̀ ní ṣe rere láyé mọ́. Tó bá ń pín ire ní 1 naira 10 kobo kò ní kàn yín lọ́wọ́. Ní àsìkò tó yẹ kẹ́ wí káwọn ọmọ aráyé gbọ́ yín, Ọlọ́run á dí yín lóhùn, Ọlọ́run á flag yín, ní ṣoríire, ní lálùbáríkà. Gbogbo àlùbáríkà àwọn ọmọ yín láti wákàtí lọ. Tẹ́ bá ṣe flag show yìí, wọ́n á máa gbà fáwọn ọmọ ọlọ́mọ ni, ní ṣoríire. Lórí burúkú yìí. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, just keep tapping. Sí nǹkan kan tó máa ṣe, watch this one. Let's continue.
Understand that why do I have to take Liam to my mother-in-law's place? Like, is it not the owner of his grandchild? Like, trying to make me feel like a bad person. But I understand where he was heading to. So I just had to apologize to him to make things, you know, to make things calm. Then I asked him again, like, what happened? Why are you doing this to me? Then he responded by saying, he's sure that a lot of people would have called me to tell me what he wants. And truly, a lot of people called me, my dad, my mother-in-law, my husband's friend, and few people we have around literally called me to tell me what he wants. And you know, he told my father, whatever that belongs to my husband, I know that I have access to, I should make sure that I hand over everything to him, including the landed property, God for Liam. So I told him the same thing that he has been telling people, like, this is what these people are telling me. And I made him understand that, Daddy, you have, like, my husband got through 2 lands before his demise, one in Ekiti and one in Ikorodu. Like, why do you want to take the one that belongs to Liam? Right. Then it was like, I shouldn't question him, that is what he wants. Then I said, okay. Then it was like, what effort? He said it in Yoruba. I don't know if you understand Yoruba.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so he said, lawyer promise tí mo pè pé kó gbé nǹkan mú kó fún mi ní nǹkan mọ́ mi tó bá mi sọ wípé ó bímọ ṣé ọmọ mi náà fẹ́ máa lẹ̀ fún mi ni. Like, I don't know if I can translate it in English. So he actually said, he, like, what effort does my lawyer,
does your lawyer have?
My husband's lawyer has. He requested for his son's properties, and he was telling him that he has a son. So, like, who is his grandchild to start asking him, to start dictating what he wants?
That's why you talk about the competition between him and the grandchild.
Yeah.
So he said to his son's lawyer, who is the grandchild?
To
challenge him
exactly
on Mohbad's
my husband's property. Yeah. But like, this is one thing that most people do not know, and you know, I was not even given the chance to talk. So I was not given the chance to say my own side of the story. So, you know, so as much as I feel like, some things are some things need to be addressed. I still had the mindset that I don't know how people would react if I should talk, because without hearing anything from me, they've crucified me, they've said a lot of things about me. So, that alone has, made me, like, my low self-esteem to be very, very low, because, I no longer have the audacity to at least speak on things that really matters. So I think that is one thing that has been causing the whole issue. The fact that Liam is in the picture.
But this is his grandchild.
It sounds strange to me also. It don't sound weird to say it, but I'm left with no choice. I just have to say it as it is. Because it has really gotten to a point that it's either I speak up or I die in silence. So I feel like me speaking up will be the right thing for me at this point.
Your mother-in-law, what does she think about all of this?
My mother-in-law is, she's a good mother. She has tried. I'm not gonna lie, she has really tried her best, and I feel like she cannot do more than what she has done. She's been there for my baby. Like, she loved Liam so much, and she has been trying to, bring the two parties together, but it's not working.
He's not listening.
It's not. My father-in-law is not even listening.
So the whole thing is making my head want to explode.
It sounds weird.
It sounds so weird. Now, you said people have been attacking you on social media. And you say it's affecting your esteem. What are the things that people have been saying to you?
After the death of my husband, my father-in-law has been out there defaming me, saying different things. Like, he has even, in one way or the other, linked the paternity of Liam to the death of my husband. He has, like, one way or the other, linked
another restriction.
So he has, I've been called different names, different defamatory names. He has called me a promiscuous woman. He has called me, like, different names. And Nigerians, people tend to act based on their emotions. So many people tend to believe every damn thing that he has been saying. And I was not even given the chance to say my own side of the story. And bloggers have done worse than good. So anything that would bring death to my name is what they post. You understand? I never knew social media could be as toxic as that. I never knew people could judge you even without listening to you. Do you understand? Because they don't even know me. People that do not even have a personal relationship about me tend to say, like, to have a lot to say. Do you understand? Like, from the second day I lost my husband up to this moment, I've been getting bullied online non-stop. I'm so thankful to the few people that put their mind into work to get to understand what these people are trying to do to me and my son. I'm so thankful to them, and at the same time, I won't blame the people that choose to act the other way around, because my father-in-law has said a lot of things to convince them. Although there was no evidence for all of his accusations, but he was so constant in defending me. Like, he has granted over 50 interviews, if I'm not mistaken.
And you've gotten none.
So many interviews just to put people's mind into what you want to achieve. Do you understand? And he has succeeded so far, because at least, let me say, like, 80% of people now bullies me online without even getting to hear from me. And that innocent baby too. The fact that people could believe the false narrative that was said about him, and the fact that the person that is supposed to be his protector is now the one orchestrating this whole thing. Like, he has been building armies to attack us, you understand? And it's so painful, but there's nothing I can do to it. It's like nothing, absolutely. I'm helpless at this point, because I'm literally fighting for my life and the life of my child. So I feel like that is one thing, that is my focus, just to make sure that myself and my child, we are okay. I feel like that is the main reason why I'm here. Like, I just need to speak up. So that, because I don't want to die. Because, this same thing happened to my husband. He was constantly bullied, like, he was being lied on. They almost cancelled him just because of different narrative, and he was unable to speak up too. And he actually speak up, but most people do not believe him. And now he's dead. So I just realized that if my silence is not doing me any good. Because of that little boy, he would grow up to see all of this online, and he would ask me questions like, "Mommy, what did you do?" So I want him to grow up to see me doing this for him.
The biggest thing that I think based on what I've read, your father-in-law has, I think there are two things that I have heard. I don't know if they are from him. One is that he has questioned whether yourself and your husband were married. Yeah. And two, he has questioned whether your husband is the father
of my child.
Yes.
Yeah.
On the first one, I know that as far back as 2003, if I remember correctly, a popular actress had gone online and confirmed that you guys were married,
Yeah.
What's the exact status of that marriage thing? Because I think that's the first thing your father-in-law
I spoke about, it was a traditional marriage,
right.
Yeah.
Which is recognized under the law.
Of course it is.
Right. So it wasn't an introduction you did.
No, it wasn't. The funniest thing is that he was even the one that made that possible. I mean, my father-in-law.
How so?
That is the funniest thing, because he left me and my husband. We just wanted to live our life.
Right.
Because we were young couples. I was 23 when I got pregnant.
Right.
And so he was the one coming to us, because that man is actually my friend. We were literally close.
Yes, I've seen some text messages.
We were very close. He's like a father to me. That is one thing that the media did not get to know. He's like he was my friend in that marriage. So he was even the one that came to me to tell me that I'm like, now that I'm pregnant, that we need to get things done. That if I was to be his daughter, he would never allow me to train my child in my husband's house, because he was not married, because he's not married to me. That I should go to my parents' house. I should get a list and send it to him.
So your father-in-law is the one that even encouraged you guys to
That is the funniest thing. Left to me, I won't get married, because I knew my husband loved me and he knows I love him too. So we just want to live our life. Right. So he was even the one that initiated that marriage.
Right. And he was present, of course, during the marriage.
He was the happiest. He called me early morning on my introduction, on my marriage, on my engagement day, I think around 6 a.m. He called me to pray for me. He was the happiest that day. He was the happiest.
And now he's saying that marriage did not happen.
Yeah, because my husband is not here to defend me. It's so sad, Mr. Chode. It's really sad. Well, that's the core reality I now have to face. It's really sad, honestly.
Okay. Then the one that, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry.
Yeah, I'm fine now. Thank you.
Okay. Then he questioned the paternity of the child.
Yeah.
How did you hear that your father-in-law was questioning the paternity of your child?
I got to know online.
So he came online and did a video.
He never called me. He never called any of the family members to ask for the DNA of Liam.
So he just came online and said, nobody's not the father of the child.
I swear to God.
Did you call him after that?
Of course I did.
And then what did he say?
He didn't say anything. He was just saying, why do you have to take Liam away from him? He did, I was expecting him to talk about the pattern, ask me for the DNA, I'm your daughter-in-law. He never did. Even when I called him, the word he was telling me was, why do I have to take Liam away from him?
So it's like he's punishing you for...
Yeah.
Is there nobody in the family that can call him...
To order?
Yes.
He's the head of the family. I think he should be in his late 50s. Right. So he's the head. So I don't think there should be anybody somewhere that would, because he knows what to do, he knows the right thing. But he's just using the DNA as a tool to punish me. To punish my son and I. Yeah.
When's the first time he asked for a DNA testing for you?
So when the DNA negative came out, at first I didn't take it serious, because I was like, who is this guy asking for the DNA of my child? Who is in the grand scheme of things? This guy is nobody to us, so why is he asking for the paternity?
Who is the person that asked?
I don't want to mention his name.
Right. Was this a blogger?
Oh, shit.
Social media.
Social media content creator.
Why is he asking for the DNA of my child? Yeah. So at first I didn't take him serious. Not until my father-in-law started talking about it. And I had to put a call through to him. I called him, I asked him, Daddy, what really happened? Why are you doing this to Liam? And he kept on saying, why do I have to take him to my mother-in-law's place? Does it bear my mother-in-law's surname? What effort do I have to take him to my mother-in-law's place and not his own house in Ikorodu? Is he not the owner of his grandchild? And I still try to tell me, Daddy, I'm scared, because we've been going out there to say different things about me. Well, I'm scared. Like, you cannot keep doing this and expect me to bring Liam to you. Then he was like, okay, what's the problem? And, he hung up. So I was expecting him to talk about the DNA, but he never did. So I think, the next day, he went on live on TikTok, on Instagram, like, to talk about the DNA again. Like, he was trying to talk about it, like, almost every day. So I think 3 days after I called him again. Like, I wanted to ask him, like, what does he really want? Like, I really want him to stop going out there to defame my baby. But he didn't pick up my calls. I called him repeatedly for like a week, but he did not pick up. So I stopped calling. So I think around November, it was around November, he sent a message to my lawyer.
Okay.
Yeah, he sent a message to my lawyer that I should bring Liam to him, that he wants to perform a DNA test on him. So my lawyer sent him to me, and I told my lawyer that I am scared. Like, I'm scared to take my baby to him because he has gone out there to say so many defamatory things about me. He has said it publicly that he hates me so much. Like, he even went as far as trying to cajole my brother-in-law to lie, like to implicate me one way or the other. Because you said it online that I used to put substance in my husband's food.
Who said that?
My father-in-law. Then I would go and F around after. Because he never knew it was my brother-in-law that prepared my husband's last meal. So when he got to realize that it was